Thank you guys for watching the Animal One Guys YouTube channel. If you like my content, leave a comment down below. Ask me questions, let me know what you liked about it. And hey, click on the little like button. But please, if you want, go ahead and subscribe, because it helps my channel out. That way you can stay up to date with all my videos. And if you want, click on the bell icon to get notified. Right? Right? Huh? 1 out of 2. Not bad. Hey, Reptile Rescue family, what are we doing? This is an exciting video, and perhaps we're going to be doing a lot. Although, oh, here she comes. Hi. Hi. Today is day 59 since this girl laid eggs. That's right. Day 59. If you need to go back and watch the miracle egg video, you can, but you have Tetra, my, few decades on this earth. Female, normal ball python, never been with a male, never been bred. Through parthenogenesis, she laid eggs, fertile eggs. For a brief recap, parthenogenesis is basically a self-cloning. Hi there, reptiles can do this process, and this can happen with eggs or live birth. They are either able to lay fertile eggs or give completely live birth to live baby reptiles just with the female alone. This is not retained sperm, which some people say can stay active and good for up to 5 years in certain reptiles, 2 to 3 years in most of them though. No, this is a complete self-cloning process. This is supposed to keep the species alive, where in the wild or places where they can't find males, the reptiles can clone themselves. Now, when I say it's a clone, it's a clone. You always will have XX, you will have females, they will be complete genetic copies of the mom. I don't know if this was ever a stronger process, but I'm wondering if before we started making these pets, if maybe parthenogenesis was stronger, because at least as pets, parthenogenesis babies don't tend to survive. And what do I mean by that? So if live birth is given, you have live reptiles. Some of them even eat, and sometimes they shed, but typically within the first couple months they start to die off. Just die. They're weaker gened animals. Now with eggs, it's the same but different. What do I mean? A lot of the times the embryos will die in the egg. They won't fully develop, or they'll die in the egg, and you'll have a dead egg. So it's rare that you can bring all the eggs to term. Just like it's rare that all the live births stay alive. But with eggs, although it's different, with eggs, typically if they survive the egg, then they are going to be good to go. So she laid 11 eggs. Not all of them were full size, but when it's they were all fertile. Even the small slugs had a vein structure. Now, unfortunately, there's no chance because there's not enough room for a snake to develop in the slugs. And a lot of embryos died along the way. So from 11 to 8, maybe 8 quickly went to 5, and you would start to go, and 5 was down to 2. We have 2 eggs left. I'm going to open them, and I'm going to tell you what we're going to look for before I go to do it. But this is cool because we're going to look inside the snake egg. We are going to candle the egg. We're going to use a flashlight, and we are going to look in there. Only because these still have to be temperature controlled, and I've been keeping them, at 99 to 100% humidity and in their 88 to 90 degree Fahrenheit temperature. Now, a few things will happen here. Parthenogenesis eggs can develop slower. So the typical ball python egg hatch time is 50 to 60 days, depending on temperature and humidity. A little bit higher temps can sometimes come a little bit sooner. A little bit cooler temps can go longer. But even with the correct range of temperature, we have seen eggs come out at 65 up to 70 days. But when I candle these eggs, we're going to look for veins. Those are our veins along the side that will go typically from the yolk into the embryo. Now, I shouldn't have any embryos anymore. I should have snakes in there. We may even get to see the snakes moving, and maybe we'll poke the egg a little bit. But we should be able to see a veined network, and a big black area that maybe we can poke and move. That's the snake, because we can't see through the snake. We should not see any mold. We should also see the egg starting to dimple, because during this time, the snake should be alive and it should be absorbing the yolk, which is going to kill the egg. And that's fine. We want to see that egg starting to dimple and starting to shrivel, because that means that the snake is eating not eating, it's absorbing through all the veined network, the umbilical cord, we'll call it. It's absorbing that yolk. We may see no veins, which is typically when the snake is ready to exit the egg. We may also see a pip in the egg, and maybe we'll see some snakes out. This is at the point where I'm going to highly look at it. We may want to cut a small hole to get the snake out. And that is because the possibility being parthenogenesis, maybe an egg tooth won't develop fully, maybe it won't develop at all, maybe they'll have trouble pipping, and we are at the point now when that yolk is starting to be absorbed, where the air, now the snake is actually breathing, and there is an air pocket in the egg, but it will start to go away, and the snake needs to get air. So if we see veins, they're not ready to come out of the egg, but they may be ready for us to cut an air slot. Let's see what we see. I've spent 6 minutes describing what I'm going to do because, guys, it's time sensitive. All right, this part is more for people who don't know, but here's my egg box, and there's an egg tray in there, and the eggs are in there. Now, there's a gasket on this seal, on this lid, so I don't have to wrap it and whatnot. This lid clamps down, and it becomes airtight and actually watertight. You can see there's tons of humidity on the top and on the sides. So we know that it's not low humidity. So when I open this, you're going to start to see shriveled eggs, which in the beginning is a sign of low humidity. Again, these want 95 to 100% humidity, but the key is they cannot be sitting in water. They cannot be touching the side. You do not want the water to drop on them because you will get mold. A healthy egg is protected. You won't get mold because you've never washed off the good bacteria. So I'm going to open this up. We're going to take an egg. Then we're going to go into a dark area. So it will be dark, but hopefully we'll see inside. Okay, so here's what the eggs look like. They're getting dimpled all over the place. They're warm. You can tell they're not touching the perlite down there. And near the end, you can start to see sometimes there'll be a little bit of mold because the egg is dying. That's normal. If you see this near the end, day 55, oh, look at that. It's moving. There is a live snake moving in there. I just hit its head and it moved. Oh, so cool. So we're definitely going to cut today. Now, this is the one I wasn't sure about. Oh, there's something in there for sure. Because when I squeeze, I feel the snake. Oh, and I can see it moving. Cool, but I want us to look inside before we do a cutting. But we will cut, guys. Okay, so I'm in a mostly dark area. Here's the flashlight. When the egg is developing, guys, sometimes you have to come on the side. And I don't know. Oh, yeah, you can definitely see. So if you look at the top, you can see the red veins. Yep. You can see see those there? That's like the vein structure. There's some more of it here. It's definitely hard to pick up on camera. But there's a good vein you can see right there. And we felt snakes moving. So we're going to cut these on camera. Okay, here's the setup, guys, where it's going to take place. I don't have any special egg cutting scissors. I do have a pair of nice sharp scissors, though. And I'm just using an alcohol pad to clean them. So here's what's important when we're cutting this. We don't want to cut the snake. There may be blood because there are veins still and whatnot, and I hope this egg is alive. This is the opening to my alcohol pad, so we're just gonna clean off these scissors. You want to try not to introduce bacteria. So this is still time sensitive, although we have a little bit more time because the snake is alive and we don't have to worry about that. Let me just get some paper here as I fan the scissors, let the alcohol evaporate. So, if you've never cut snake eggs before, I recommend doing the scissors, and there's a tried and true tactic. We're going to pinch the egg, and we're going to try to separate those veins off of the top of the egg. We are not going to cut a giant opening. We're going to cut basically a face hole. because there are still veins on this egg, the snake is not ready to venture out of the egg. It's not done absorbing. So we're going to cut an air hole, and then we'll end up putting the tray back in the container, close it on up, and we're going to let the snake continue to develop the egg. Now, even after your snakes hatch, guys, you should leave them in the incubator, in the thing, until they're first shed. Then you can take them out. So this one we know is alive, because we felt it move really good. So we're going to do it last. One of the legs is off the edge. That's fine. So let's do this guy first right here. Now, it may not be alive. There definitely is a snake in there, but I don't feel it moving. So again, we're going to just pinch and roll. Pinch and roll. That's all I'm doing. Pinching and rolling. Trying to get any veins to detach. If we do see a little bit of blood, we have not cut the snake. The snake is down here. Same thing if you were to use a razor blade. You can cut up. But there's a veiny network. And we might cut a little vein. That's okay. The snake has many veins. So let's cut this first one now. And that's all we're doing. We're cutting a little slot. You can leave the pinch too if you want. But you see this little piece I'm cutting? We're not going to cut the snake. Don't worry. The snake is way down there. Okay. Here we go. Let's see what's in here. Now, it's still going to have the gel. It's still going to have all of that. But there's definitely a snake in there. See it? There definitely is a normal ball python. And it looks like it's moving. I don't know. We'll have to look at that guy. We'll move him over there, but there is a normal in there. Now, we're not cutting a huge opening because there still is a vein network, and we still want it to absorb. But we do want to help these guys get out. And you see those veins on the top with all the goo still and the vein network? There's a big vein right here. Yeah, you can see it. We didn't cut that because we pinched it and we rolled it off. So that can still supply nutrients from the embryo. Okay, here we go. I try not to squeeze. I don't want all that goop to come out. And just a small cut. And you can see the snake is quite a bit lower, even here as I open it. So you don't have to worry about cutting the snake. Okay. See, there's some blood from the network of veins. That's okay. And we definitely got another snake in there. Oh, beautiful. Oh, and that snake's moving. Now this snake, yeah, you push it and it moves. So we don't have to worry about them getting to air now, which is great. We got 2 snakes. They're cut open. I'm going to get them back in the incubator and just let them, come out on their own. But great job, guys. We've got actually 2 snakes that are, I would say, about 99% of the way through the hatch process. 2 clones, which is absolutely awesome. Just awesome. Thank you guys for supporting my reptile rescue family.